This week, I want to talk about the C word. There are lots of really great C words like cookies or cake or Christmas, but I'm talking about the bad C word, the one that makes people cringe. I'm talking about copying. This is part 1 of 3 because I feel like it's a really big topic that needs to be discussed. Here's my perspective. Copying is fantastic and probably the very best way to become better at your craft. Now, let me be crystal clear. Hey, more C words. I'm not talking about reposting someone's video and saying it's yours. I'm not talking about exactly ripping off someone's design on Etsy and selling it as your own. But if you think about it, we're all copying something. Somewhere, sometime, we first learned a technique or an idea or a concept of composition from someone and copied what they did. We are the sum of the inputs we've had, inspirations that were planted maybe as long ago as childhood, but came from somewhere else nonetheless. And I think on a generic level, we all accept this, but when it becomes specific, we're really uncomfortable with the idea of copying. In fact, I've even seen posts from angry artists who claim to have invented a design, but it's like, I'm sorry, Brenda, you don't own wildflowers. I hate it when it feels like artists are gatekeeping. And I get it, I do. We want to be respectful of other people's creativity, and that's a good thing. But also, especially if you're a beginner, copying is pretty much crucial. I struggled for a long time because I would sit down and want to churn out these amazing pieces that required learned techniques and lots of knowledge about how to put the composition together, but I wanted to do it on my own. I wanted to just know how to do it and add my own unique elements, and I absolutely could not. And that's because the stylization comes later. You can't add your own flair to a portrait of a translucent petal flower if you don't know how to make the translucent petal flower in the first place. So I started copying. I just copied people, tutorials, and pieces, and videos, and photographs. I started copying and I watched my art transform. Follow along for part 2, where I'll give examples of constructive copying and talk about moving on from there. Okay, thanks, bye!